নবী মোর পরশমণি, নবী মোর সোনার খনি, নবী মোর পরশমণি, নবী মোর সোনার খনি। নবী নাম জপে যে জন সে তো দোজাহানের ধনী, নবী নাম জপে যে জন সে তো দোজাহানের ধনী। নবী মোর পরশমণি, নবী মোর সোনার খনি, নবী মোর পরশমণি, নবী মোর সোনার খনি। নবী নাম জপে যে জন সে তো দোজাহানের ধনী, নবী নাম জপে যে জন সে তো দোজাহানের ধনী। ওই নাম সুর ধরিয়া পাখি যায় গান করিয়া, ওই নাম সুর ধরিয়া পাখি যায় গান করিয়া। ওই নামে মজুন হইল, ওই নামে মজুন হইল মরায় আমার কাদের।
This person, dunya still will come meaningly, meaning itself it will come, its part and its share of dunya will come. Watathu dunya wa hiya rawima wa fi riwaya wa atathu dunya wa hiya usabira.
এই যুদ্ধে জয়ী হতে হলে আমরা কার কথা বিশ্বাস করব? আমরা অবশ্যই রাসূলুল্লাহ সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লামের কথা বিশ্বাস করব, কারণ রাসূলুল্লাহ সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লাম।
Gathering at Bangladesh Islamic Foundation head office Dhaka, around 250 ulamas were present at the office of Bangladesh Islamic Foundation. Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh was accompanied by Shamim Ahmed, Director General of Islamic Foundation, Dr. Abdullah Al-Maruf, Director of Islamic Foundation, and Muhaddis Badil Alam were present. Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh gave nasiha on how one can live according to the Sunnah and how one can purify oneself from the nafs and desire. Also, there was a question and answer session afterwards. Finally, the book of Tareeqah Muhammadiyah were distributed amongst the ulamas. Many of them showed interest in the cause of self-purification. Cox's Bazar, place known for the longest sea beach in the world. Gathering at Salama radiallahu anha madrasa. Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh Damat Barakatuhu gave nasiha to the students and the teacher of the madrasa. Thereafter, he explained the course of self-purification of Tareeqah Muhammadiyah to them. The senior students and the teachers have taken the course, including the principal of the madrasa, Maulana Mansur. The sub-district chairman, Abdul Mahmud, were also present. Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh was invited by Maulana Burhanuddin, the Deputy Director General of Islamic Foundation, Cox's Bazar. There were about 40 ulamas present. Hazrat Sahib gave nasiha to them and becoming better person and community leader.
স্তরে আমাদের করতে হবে যে মহান রাসূলুল্লাহ সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লাম যে সুন্নাত বা আদর্শ আছে, এটাকে অন্য যে কোনো আদর্শ, যে কোনো মানুষ, যে কোনো থেকে এটাকে আমি বেশি প্রাধান্য দিতে হবে।
Was invited by Maulana Sadat Saqib, the Khatib of Sunatuli Jamia Masjid, Cox's Bazar, where he gave speech on how to get closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and how to follow the footsteps of Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In that gathering, there were present Dr. Abdullah Al-Maruf, Director of Islamic Foundation, Bangladesh. There were many ulamas from Cox's Bazar who have taken the course of self-purification, and many showed interest in Tareeqah Muhammadiyah and were given the books during our stay in Cox's Bazar. During our stay in Cox's Bazar, the teacher of Tareeqah Muhammadiyah, Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh, and the brothers would go for a walk on the beach in the morning and in the evening for purpose of dawah, whilst enjoy the view of sea, as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to have enjoyed the natural scenery at looking at the river and the greenery. Journey to the city of Chittagong and the biggest port and business center of Bangladesh. We were welcomed by Maulana Enamul Haq, the Divisional Director of Islamic Foundation. Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh was interviewed by the Mazbandari media and press, where they were given nasiha on how people can attain pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and become friend of Allah, and what are the roles of Wali Allah. Also, they asked many questions, including how present day problems can be solved through the science of Islam or Tasawwuf. Hazrat Sahib was invited by the Nazariya Aliya Kamil Madrasa, where he gave nasiha and speech to the teachers of the madrasa, including the principal of the madrasa, head muhaddis Maulana Rafiquddin. In the gathering, Hazrat Sahib did presentation of Tareeqah Muhammadiyah, and there were many questions asked regarding closeness and the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the ulamas were satisfied with answers given by Hazrat Sahib to their questions. The head muhaddis Maulana Rafiquddin then started the path on the course of self-purification of Tareeqah Muhammadiyah. We then visited Chittagong office of the Islamic Foundation, and we were welcomed by the divisional director Maulana Enamul Haq and his colleagues. We then did ziyarah of Andur Qila Masjid, which is 400 years old and was built by Mughal Sultan Alamgir Aurangzeb. Hazrat Sahib was interviewed by the RTV, a TV channel of Bangladesh. Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh Damat Barakatuhu was then invited at the 59th annual Urs gathering of Hazrat Shah Sufi Hafiz Nawab Ali Shah Rahmatullah Alayhi and Hazrat Diwan Pir Abdul Razak.
And he said that in the sitting when he was delivering and reading hadith and listening to the hadith from his students, in one suhbah 16 times the scorpion bit him 16 times, and his color and expression was changing again and again, but he didn't move or actually get up. And Hazrat Abdullah bin Mubarak rahimahullah asked him what happened. He said this was the adab of the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Hazrat Sahib gave speech on friends of Allah and the friends of Shaitan, and how one can become the friend of Allah. Maulana Azizul Haq, the principal, Maulana Jalaluddin Qadri and Maulana Shakwat Hussain were all present at this conference. Journey back to Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh. Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh Damat Barakatuhu was invited at the Usmani Auditorium.
Because of this reason, someone worship me by choice, not any right of worship.
Dhaka by Shami Ahmed, who is the Director General of Islamic Foundation Bangladesh. There were 1,500 people present, including ulamas as well as MPs and ministers, including the Finance Minister of Bangladesh.
An environment and who is in peace with the governments as well, and they do nasiha to them.
Peace. Later, book of Tareeqah Muhammadiyah were distributed amongst the ulamas, and many showed interest in Tareeqah Muhammadiyah. On the day of Jummah, Hazrat Sahib was invited at the Ghaus al-Azam Masjid, Dhaka by Maulana Ruhul Amin, where Hazrat Sahib delivered their speech in English, and it was translated into Bangla by Dr. Abdullah Al-Maruf, the director of Bangladesh Islamic Foundation. Hazrat Sahib's speech was on becoming a friend of Allah and follow the footsteps of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and many people showed interest in taking the path to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Journey to city of Kumilla. In city of Kumilla, Kamala Sharif Darbar, in the main masjid of the city, Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh also done a speech there. The people in hundreds participated in the gathering and benefited. Many showed interest to start, and many have started the course of Tareeqah Muhammadiyah. Journey to the district and the city of Sylhet in Bangladesh. Sylhet has a long history of nearly 1,000 years, where the great Wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Sheikh Shah Jalal Rahmatullah Alayhi, is also resting there, and his mazar is in the main city. Our teacher Hazrat Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh Damat Barakatuhu also visited there, and also had many gatherings of nasiha around the district of Sylhet.
Other awliya Allah like Hazrat Shah Jalal Rahmatullah Alayhi, and time to time like they have been coming, and we have come for also the same purpose to actually convey the same message of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is to how to fulfill the mission or the maqsad which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us here for, because we are all day by day going closer to death.
Where many people have benefited, and also in the suburbs and in the villages of Nabiganj and locals have benefited immensely.
Rasulullah, Rasulullah.